All right, we are done with our weekend here at
Sebring.
See the cars behind us. We're loaded up. It's a great weekend. We're going to talk more about how the car performed, what we thought, and how we feel. Are we happy? Are we happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
We're happy. We'll tell you all about it when we get home.
Y'all, welcome back to MSG Bill. Before we get on to the video, make sure you like and subscribe.
That's right, we truly appreciate all your support, but we can't do this without y'all, so like, subscribe, tell your friends, share it, do whatever you gotta do. Let's grow the page. Now today, we're gonna talk about this. But before we talk about that, let's talk about the last video. Where did we go, Kat?
The dyno.
And why did we go to the dyno?
To tune our full bolt-on motor.
That's right, we took the full bolt-on track-built Miata father-daughter project, and we wanted to find out how much horsepower we can make with a full bolt-on motor from the stock to this. So let's do a quick recap of everything that's done to it for those of you that did not watch the last video. Rude. So, just a quick and skinny R8 coil on plugs, necessary. Not really, it's not boosted, but we're not getting there yet, and it looks good, and it's red. NAPP Motorsports with the modified valve cover. He does a little magic on the inside to get it flowing better, and we have it routed to the Motion Raceworks catch can. We have the Racing Beat full exhaust header back. Come on over here, take a look at this. That's how you know it's fast. If the name's on it, 5 horsepower per brand, boom. Race pipe, it's a track car. It's fine. All the way back to their exhaust. Sounds beautiful. Watch some of our other clips. Maybe I'll drop one in this video. What else we got on here? We have the Skunk 2 intake manifold with, let me show you this. Come on over.
Oh, fuck.
Track Prep Performance makes this nifty little bracket here. Your throttle cable bracket that comes with the Skunk 2 is prone to bending. Track Prep Performance has fixed that problem with this beautiful piece. So get you one. This is our homemade intake manifold, or intake rather, going to the manifold. Yes, we know. Some say it doesn't work, some say it does. It needs to be longer, it needs to be shorter, it needs to be upside down, it needs to have a turbo. We get it. I made this, it's like $20 worth of parts plus the filter. We tested it on the dyno, we took it off, we went longer, we angled it differently. We're talking plus or minus 1. It works, and the reason why we went this route from day one when we picked up the car is because I can walk over and work on things without having to move the intake. It was more for space than anything else, and it's on the cold side of the engine. We're done with that. Shout out to DCBE Tech for this awesome bracket here. This covers the timing belt with an open cam gear look, but I also want to show y'all this. This right here is something that will be going on the new motor when we get back to it. Or maybe we'll stop being lazy and send it to NAPP. I don't know. You never know what we're going to do. But this is going to be a full cover from DCBE Tech as well, branded with the MSG logo. Thank you guys so much for that. That will replace this here, but we will also do a new valve cover because we'll have to cut it further back. We'll talk more about that in a different video. We've got the Fluidampr down there, keep things balanced when we're revving up to 7,500 RPMs, which is what this is tuned to. Beer Money Motorsports ECU set up with pencil tuning on the dyno, and I'm sure I'm missing a couple things, but that's the gist of it. It's full bolt-on. It's making 141 horsepower, 130 foot-pounds of torque, compared to the 130-ish horsepower, 120 torque. So 10 and 10 is what we increased, but we did raise redline to 7,500. And we're gonna go inside, we're gonna talk about how did that help us on track? How did it feel compared to the stock motor? And was it worth it? Was it cheap? No. Sorry, babe. Wife's behind the camera, she's giving me that look. Yes, it cost some pennies. Let's go inside. Let's talk about how it worked. All right, sorry about that. We had to come inside. It's hot. And as cool as it is to have the Miata in the background, I was sweating. Onwards.
So, how did it do on track?
How did it do on track? Well, compared to the completely stock motor, much better. That being said, let's start this with full transparency. Every time I go out to the track, I'm getting a little bit better. I'm learning the car more. So I can't 100% say that it made me faster. because I'm getting more confident with the car and I'm pushing it harder every time and I'm learning the car more. That being said, let's look at facts. I hit a new personal best of 251 at Sebring, which compared to last time was a 3-4 second improvement. I also hit a new top speed going into turn 17. We hit 108 miles per hour. And overall, when we looked at the data at the end of the weekend, going to every brake zone, I carried more speed going into each brake zone. Now, was that all from the full bolt-on goodness? I can't say. I honestly can't say. It's only 10 horsepower. That could very well have been an improvement that was made on skill alone from repetition, going back to that track, learning the car. That being said, this is what I will tell you. The car is more responsive. Throttle input is so much better. Being able to rev to 7,500, there's a couple spots at Sebring where I was having to shift just before brake zone just to turn around and downshift. I was able to carry my gear into that and just brake and turn in, which saves me a little bit of time there. So that extra being able to go up to 7,500 did make a difference. Did I run it to 7,500 every time? No. Did I run it to 7,500 though a couple times? Absolutely. If you're gonna use it or have it, use it, right? Some will say that's a bad idea. Guess we have to finish the spare motor. But seriously, it did come in handy and it did make it so that I could go into certain areas without having to shift. The car's more responsive, the car is faster, the car feels so much more fun to drive. It's a little bit snappier, if you will. If you remember, we were gonna go to throttle bodies, individual throttle bodies. We changed our mind on that for a couple of reasons, but we wanted to keep maintenance and trackside repairs simple. So we actually did, those throttle bodies made their way onto the Track Prep Performance car that they're working on, and I actually drove that this past week, and the numbers putting out on that car are very similar to mine, and they felt very similar. So I'm not upset. Now, was it worth it? Well, let's start with a better question. Was it cheap? Wasn't cheap. It does cost money to go full bolt-on. Was all of it necessary? Absolutely not. If you're not gonna go boosted, fully built motor, things like that, was it worth it? No. But the goal here is to teach Kat and show her how these things affect the car. So, was it worth it in terms of changing how the car performs and how it drives compared to stock? And this is, mind you, an unopened, still stock motor, 200, I believe we're at 216,000 miles now. Then I would say absolutely it was worth it for the learning experience and for showing her how these things work. Would I say go out and do full bolt-on if your goal is to stay naturally aspirated? No. But if you're like me, I also like cars to look good. I, for the longest time, was more about show than go. This time around, it's about having a track-worthy machine that still looks good. So yes, all those things look beautiful in the engine bay. When we're sitting in the paddock, hood open, it looks beautiful, and I absolutely love looking at it. And that little bit of increase, a little bit of peppiness, I absolutely love. So, 10 horsepower, quite a bit of pennies you gotta put into it. It's not gonna make you the fastest on the track. It's not gonna feel like a boosted car, but it is going to make the car more fun, more responsive, and make you love it all over again. So what's the next progression on the car? Well, if you were paying attention earlier, you might've seen we have a new front splitter that we're testing out. This year is gonna be learning the car more. Yeah. I don't think anymore, we're not doing anything else to this motor. This is as far as we're gonna take this one. We're gonna start back on the spare motor, start working on that, and we're gonna start doing some aero progression, upgrade coilovers. It's time for tires, which reminds me, one of the biggest things we fought on track this time. We went into this with lower grade pads than we should have. We are on G-Lock pads, but we were on an autocross pad. When we initially started, we were doing autocross to feel the car out first, and we decided we were gonna push those pads until we reached our limit. We did reach that limit this time. My last session on track on Sunday, which was our best lap, our 251 lap, I hit the 251 lap, went back around. I was cooking, made it through turn 7 without an issue. And in the next brake zone after 7, I had almost no brakes. So that was the end of our session. I brought it in. I was over driving them, which I did feel all weekend. There was a couple times we pushed the car a little harder than we should have. I spun out on 17. That was a little scary. Had to change my underwear a little bit, but the reason why I spun there, because I went into 17 carrying more speed than I ever had before, and I still felt the car wanting to give me more. So laps after, I lifted a little sooner, set up, went into my brake zone, turned in without an issue. But that one kind of caught me off guard, and what happened was I was turned a little bit. I slightly panicked and moved my foot over to the brake. I didn't intend to tap the brake, but I did, and it threw me into a spin. So these are all things you learn. We corrected, we laughed, changed our pants, we got back out on track. We set a new personal best, 251. So January, we will be back at Sebring. We are gonna beat that number. We're gonna learn the car a little bit more, and we're going out there with a better compound on the G-Lock pads so that we can push into the brake zones a little harder. Other than that, final thoughts. Is it worth it? Absolutely. For me, it's worth it. Is it gonna make you a powerhouse? No. But if you want that little bit extra, full bolt-on's the way to go.
Oh yeah.
What else you got, Kat?
I think that's about it.
All right. We're gonna continue teaching Kat. She's still a little too young to get out there with me, but she's here supporting, and we're gonna continue working our way to TT. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Oh yeah.